there is unequivocal evidence that Earth is warming at an unprecedented rate. Human activity is the principal cause. Just in the last 800,000 years, there have been 8 cycles of ice ages and warmer periods, with the end of the last ice age about 11,700 years ago marking the beginning of the modern climate era, and of human civilization. Most of these climate changes are attributed to very small variations in Earth's orbit that change the amount of solar energy our planet receives. The current warming trend is different because it is clearly the result of human activities since the mid-1800s and is proceeding at a rate not seen over many recent millennia. It is undeniable that human activities have produced the atmospheric gases that have trapped more of the sun's energy in the Earth system. This extra energy has warmed the atmosphere, ocean, and land, and widespread and rapid changes in the atmosphere, ocean, cryosphere, and biosphere have occurred. Earth-orbiting satellites and new technologies have helped scientists see the big picture, collecting many different types of information about our planet and its climate all over the world. Many of the science instruments NASA uses to study our climate focus on how these gases affect the movement of infrared radiation through the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide from human activities is increasing about 250 times faster than it did from natural sources after the last ice age. One is the global temp is rising. The planet's average surface temperature has risen about 1 degree Celsius since the late 19th century, a change driven largely by increased carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere and other human activities. Most of the warming occurred in the past 40 years, with the 7 most recent years being the warmest. The years 2016 and 2020 are tied for the warmest year on record. 2 is the ocean getting warmer. The ocean has absorbed much of this increased heat, with the top 100 meters of ocean showing warming of more than 0.33 degrees Celsius since 1969. Earth stores 90% of the extra energy in the ocean. 3 is the ice sheets sinking. Data from NASA's Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment show Greenland lost an average of 279 billion tons of ice per year between 1993 and 2019, while Antarctica lost about 148 billion tons of ice per year. 4 is glacier retreating. Glaciers are retreating almost everywhere around the world, including in the Alps, Himalayas, Andes, Rockies, Alaska, and Africa. It has been estimated that the volume of European glaciers will decline between 22 and 84% compared with the current situation by 2100. 5 is snow cover decreasing. Satellite observations reveal that the amount of spring snow cover in the northern hemisphere has decreased over the past 5 decades and the snow is melting earlier. Over the period 1967 to 2015, snow cover extent in the northern hemisphere has decreased by 7% on average in March and April and by 47% in June. 6 is sea level rising. Global sea level rose about 8 inches in the last century. The rate in the last 2 decades, however, is nearly double that of the last century and accelerating slightly every year. 7 is Arctic sea ice declining. Both the extent and thickness of Arctic sea ice has declined rapidly over the last several decades. Newest satellite data shows remarkable decline in Arctic sea ice over just 3 years. In the past 20 years, the Arctic has lost about 1/3 of its winter sea ice volume. 8 is extreme events increasing in frequency. The number of record high temperature events in the United States has been increasing, while the number of record low temperature events has been decreasing since 1950. 9 is ocean acidification increasing. Since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, the acidity of surface ocean waters has increased by about 30%. This increase is due to humans emitting more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and hence more being absorbed into the ocean. The ocean has absorbed between 20% and 30% of total anthropogenic carbon dioxide emissions in recent decades.